The Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition starts now.
This is The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, and good evening all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the search continues for answers regarding yesterday's discovery of the body of a young man in front of our high-rise building on Grand Bahama. Tonight, family members are crying foul and they're calling for answers. Joan Davis Roll has our top story.
Just hope they could tell me what happened to him.
A local mother is in pain and in search of answers.
I kept calling. I called the RAN early from after 7, calling the RAN, emergency, male surgical, male medical, everywhere. Called Port Lucaya police station, called Central, and he wasn't there.
This after her 24-year-old son, Delano France Duval, went missing on Sunday night. With no positive confirmation that there was some connection with the body found at Casa Bahama and a missing son, the family returned to the scene of the gruesome discovery on Tuesday. A discovery which his mother, Brenda Roberts, says has left more questions than answers.
After I didn't see him and hear from him, my boyfriend came home and told me that someone jumped from the building. So I told him I won't go see. So when I come out here, I didn't see nothing. So they told me it was a young man. So my man just told me after he was in home and that he didn't like him to not be home or nothing like that, to go and find out and inquire. When I go and inquire, I give them a description of him and everything and his clothing and everything. They just keep asking me what color shirt. I didn't know what color shirt because the jacket was zipped up.
Duval lived with his grandmother, Lilith Roberts. She recounted the last time she saw her grandson.
He came from the kitchen door, come out and gone straight through the front door. I saw the shadow going out. So I said, Delano. I said, where you going? He said, Mama, I ain't going no place. He said, I'm going right out in front of the yard. But a couple of minutes later, I get up from the table and gone to the door calling for him, and I didn't hear him. So I assume he maybe walked to somewhere around the neighborhood or wherever. He always walk around and then come back home in the yard, sit in the back of the yard under the trees with one chair and chill out there. And I hear him and I see him. And up to 12 o'clock Sunday, that was Sunday night, yeah, 12 o'clock, I called my daughter. I said, Brenda, Lano ain't home.
Despite reports of numerous attempts to get some answers from the police, the family, joined by local activist Troy Garvey, visited the Ram Memorial Hospital Tuesday morning, requesting to view the body that was discovered at Casa Bahama. Shortly afterwards, the family's worst nightmare became a reality as the mother reportedly made a positive identification. Meanwhile, Garvey is pledging his support in the family's quest to determine how 24-year-old Delano Duval of Arden Forest, Freeport met his demise.
After meeting with the mother this morning, it gives you an open sense of almost understanding that what is being said is not the truth. And I think that some thorough investigation really need to be done. I give her my 100% full support to help her in her quest to find out the truth as to what really happened to her son. And looking at the area now, it really causes one to wonder.
Now the family awaits the result of an autopsy report to determine the exact cause of death. Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Now, police are still investigating the circumstances surrounding Dorval's death. Anyone with any information that could assist them with their investigation is asked to contact 350-3107 or 8-911-919 or the nearest police station. In other news, the Bahamas oil refining company Borco giving its take today on the resignation of some of its marine pilots. This past Friday, 6 of Borco's 8 pilots gave notice that they will be resigning from Borco to become members of an association. The statement released by Borco says the company remains committed to maintaining a safe and efficient work environment and accuses the association of distorting the facts to support its stated cause. Borco's release says pilots remain in place and they do not expect any interruption of service. Officials say Borco employs twice the number of pilots necessary to ensure that pilots get sufficient rest, and there are lines of communication with all employees to address any concerns. According to the release, pilots maintain schedules and rotations in line with industry standards and regulations, and its training is on par with the best in the country. A number of agencies coming together this afternoon for a routine walkabout in the Pine Ridge area. Officers from the Central Division and Urban Renewal, along with Environmental Health, Immigration and Social Services, visited homes to hear the concerns of residents. Superintendent Clarence Reckley says the area is very diverse and occasionally faces minor crime.
Today we're walking through Baz Lane, Hearn Lane, Bruce Avenue. No major issues as such. However, we do have some concerns. There's a lot of domestic issues we have, and also what we call quality of life offenses, minor offenses. And we feel by showing our presence here today, along with our partners, it might make an impact on those issues that we experience. The small offenses we call minor offenses: stealing, domestic issues, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife, minor issues of that resort, quite a number of persons selling from their homes, which is illegal. Quite a number of houses through here operate as a bar where they sell alcohol. You can go and pick up a shopping cart and shop in some of these locations. And we've raided quite a few, but we also believe that if you come and speak to these people, let them know what they're doing is wrong, then we wouldn't have to go to that extent of arresting.
Now, Jerome Hutchison of the Immigration Department says it is their first time participating in the walk, but he is sure that it won't be their last.
Yesterday, inviting us to come out and participate, and we accepted graciously. Our new assistant director, he is keen on the community and what's going on in the community, and he's looking forward to the Department of Immigration taking an active role in what's going on, assisting wherever we can, and hopefully we will be participating more in the future on these walkthroughs.
And more tonight on that apparent infighting within the Grand Bahama Christian Council. Just 1 month after Pastor Keith Meadows was installed as president of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, comes word or an apparent vote of no confidence in the president by the executive board. Tonight, Pastor Keith Meadows says he is still the president, and while the saga continues, the council is confronted by the issue of disunity. There remains many unanswered questions as it relates to the nature of the charges levied against Grand Bahama Christian Council President Reverend Keith Meadows. While members of his executive team claim that there has been a vote of no confidence against the president, Meadows maintains that he is the president of the organization. The ongoing saga has many wondering if the Grand Bahama Christian Council is divided. Reverend Dr. J.C. Wallace says it is not.
I would say that it may seem to be not to be total unity, but there is unity. I use an example. The president called a meeting on Friday evening, and this church was packed from wall to wall. To me, that's unity. So there, in any family, in any organization, you will have some for and some against. I say that the council, under the leadership of Reverend Keith Meadows, is quite unified.
Meadows nor those bringing the accusations have shed light on the allegations. However, a meeting held by the president and members of the Grand Bahama Christian Council this past Friday called for a commission of inquiry into those allegations.
If I charge a brother on allegation, hearsay, when will it stop? Next week, somebody's going to come and say a pastor went with the sister in the church. The following week, the next person's going to come and say the pastor stole the money. When will it end? It will never end. And as the Reverend Doctor said, there appears to seem to be some division. But the reality is that every organization, you're not going to have everybody on the same page.
While Wallace nor McAlpine are a part of the executive board, they share why it was important for them to come to Meadows' aid.
Because it's not about Keith Meadows or an executive. It is about the Grand Bahama Christian Council, the body itself. And it is not about an individual or group of individuals. It is about preserving the legacy of the Grand Bahama Christian Council and the presidency.
And while Pastor Keith Meadows did not have much to say during the press conference, he did tell ZNS News that he believes that this may provide an opportunity for him to move forward.
Whatever allegations that is out there, it is exactly what it is, allegations. And I believe that moving forward, I believe all of these things that we are experiencing will make us strong. And I think with all my heart that this too shall pass. And I believe in God, because the word of God says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And all your ways acknowledge him, and he's going to direct your path.
They say the future of the Grand Bahama Christian Council and the executive team cannot be determined until a meeting is held with its members. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. With a high unemployment rate, many Grand Bahamians, particularly younger residents, are considering starting their own business. 35 residents in the LNet Empowerment Foundation took part in an informative one-day business seminar focusing on Entrepreneurship 101. The Extreme 35 participants heard firsthand from professionals like Petra Hannah Weeks, partner at Graham Thompson & Co., who stressed the importance of incorporating a new business.
For example, if an unhappy customer decides or has to sue them, they would sue the company and not the person. And so if the customer is successful in a lawsuit, the individual will not be held liable, but the company will be held liable. And so it offers that protection.
Participants were also empowered by presenter and business consultant Raquel Hart, who focused on taking their business from idea to actualization.
As we know, Grand Bahama is long overdue of innovation and creativity in the business and to be able to jumpstart the economic environment here. And so what we were able to impart is to show them how to go about that process in thinking of how do you solve a problem, ensuring that an idea is solving the problem, how is it solving the problem, but in addition to ensure that there's a market for that particular product or service that they'll be offering.
A part of the Extreme 35 are Benet Banaby and Stella Watkins. Both are hoping to be the last 5 standing in the challenge to win $20,000. However, they say the process so far has been priceless, as the business seminar opened their eyes to the realities of starting up a business.
When I came here, I learned a lot. Even with Ms. Hart's little presentation, we had to think quick on our feet on the exercise she gave us. And a lot of time in business, when you have customers asking you questions, you have to think quick on your feet and be able to really explain your business.
The seminar today was very educational in regards to marketing, teaching people how to get the right demographic, and like right now they're talking about accountants and trying to basically show us, at least give us a little bit of guidance in where we need to go with our business ideas.
And for Christian Pinder, she says she has learned 2 valuable lessons: the importance of teamwork and the detriment of procrastination.
Teamwork, you have to, though it's your idea and though it's a passion of yours, you need to learn how to incorporate other persons so that your business can go beyond where you envision it to be. Lastly, for me, what really stood out was I'm a procrastinator, and time management is very important. It's good to list the things that you want to do, and so you could achieve them, so you could get them done. Because you could always have it in your mind. You could always be like, okay, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, and you won't get it done unless you actually write it down, put it into action. A night just for laughs planned for Grand Bahama. With current economic and social challenges, some in the community believe the island is in need of some comic relief. The Saturday night comedy show set for Grand Lucane Resort will include 4 U.S. comedians. Producer of the show, Clavon Duncombe, says the comedians on the lineup are among the top in the field.
A few of them have contracts with BET. A few of them have contracts with a lot of the big known comic channels. Comedy Central, is one of the channels, and these comedians travel all over the world. Recently, most of them, or two of them, was on the Sharks All-Star Comedy Jam, which is a tour that they have that travels at least 6 months out of the year, where they go to different cities all over the United States. And just to have two of them to come to Freeport for this event is just it's good in itself.
Now, Duncombe says the comedy show was organized to bring some fun and laughter to Grand Bahama. He says from all accounts, residents are looking forward to the show and have been inquiring about the Night of Laughs.
At the time this when it's rough. Persons are looking for jobs or even just feeling down in itself. Comedy is good for the soul. It makes you make you think about tomorrow, make you think about feeling good, make you feel better. You know, normally when you have a long day from work, you go home and you watch like a Fresh Prince or you watch a Martin Lawrence and they give you the little giggles. You feel good about waking up tomorrow and going to work again. So that's basically exactly what this is about also. Letting everyone come together, all your family members, all your co-workers get together, come up for a good night of entertainment, a good laugh, which we feel is needed. I know I need a laugh.
Well, this is a special day for one of the island's precious pearls, this lady who doesn't look a day over 50. Tonight, she's celebrating her 100th birthday. Our Megan Shepard talks with the centenarian who shares the secret to longevity.
Inez Fernando was born in Turks and Caicos on March 4th, 1914, and is celebrating her 100th birthday today. She goes down memory lane, recalling her life in New Providence and then in New York for 40 years.
I came to the Bahamas in '52. My brother, Colin Hall, he permit me there. Yes.
Talk about your memories growing up in Nassau.
My memories. Oh, I was working at Emerald Beach Hotel, and that's how I get to New York. Afternoon, I used to work in the laundry in Emerald Beach. And afternoon, the housekeeper, Miss Harper, used to come down for me to babysit nighttime. Yes. So I babysit for the Gelfins. They had a little girl named Anne. And asked me if I want to go to New York, come to New York. I said yes. So they recruit me at New York.
Fernando says there is no special secret or formula to living to be 100 years old, but her granddaughters lovingly say it's all about living life to the fullest every day and enjoying the simple pleasures of life.
To be 100 years old, child, I know. Yeah, I know. Only he that knows it. That's right. Only he that knows it, child. But I know. To be 100. It's funny because I don't think so. The troubles and trial and tribulation I meet in this life, I don't think that I would have reached near as that, you see? So I thank the Lord for everything.
Fernando says she's not big on celebrating, but will be surrounded by family and friends for a week-long schedule of activities. Her daughter, Ethelyn Major, says festivities kick off today and will run for the week.
They want their mom had a birthday, but you know, I wasn't too much in that. I ain't too much in that, you know, but like everything else, that's their wishes.
We are thankful that Grammy has arrived to such an age. And because this is our first time knowing anybody really close that is 100 years old. And the grandchildren will be having cake and ice cream. Wednesday, the nieces and nephews will be coming in from Nassau. And Wednesday evening they'll have a little informal get-together. Thursday, now when everybody comes from the States and everybody is meeting, they will have a supper here at my house.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
She really looks good for her age. And speaking of a centenarian, Ricardo Lightborn is up next with a check on sports.
Hey everybody, welcome to Sports with Ricardo Lightborn. I don't know what's happening the rest of the month. We got the worst cameraman in the world in our studio in Gigala. Let's see how it works out. The Subway Tennis Tournament played during the midterm break at the Kaya Bath and Racket Club, and Megan Shepherd has got the 4-1-1.
Annual Subway Tennis Tournament attracting top-notch players to the court. Director Godfrey Gullybo says this year the turnout was smaller than usual due to players traveling to international tournaments, but nonetheless, he says the tournament had a few interesting matches.
We have a few new faces, and the competition is good. The kids are doing well. We had a few good matches. We had Jacoby and Denali. He had Denali and Kofi, and we got Alana Maki, a newcomer, playing against Sydney Clark.
Oliver Mizik of the Bahamas Lawn and Tennis Association also noting the level of talent of the players. He says he is happy with the turnout of players from various islands.
We had us not with us this time. They had, as you notice, the time that you have the Junior Davis Cup as well as the ITF, you see. So, so far it's been going pretty good.
Now, some of those big names include international player Najid Wale from Curacao.
Won my first match, still have 2 more matches to play, 1 singles and 1 doubles. Well, I've been practicing a couple weeks, and then I just came here because I had a couple matches. I wanted to play a couple matches, so just came here to play.
Other big winners from the day share their secrets to success.
It took focus, strategy, and good playing to help me win. The competition was very good. We had a lot of girls, and they were nice competition, but it took strategy and focus to win my match.
I'm really happy that I made it to the finals, and I won love on 3.
Young players say they plan to continue putting in hard work to come out victorious in future games.
I plan to improve to do good and do the best, and be like a good pro, and just never give up and just keep trying until I win.
Be positive, and I practice often, like 3 days a week.
Megan Shepherd, ZNS Total Sports.
Well, softball play for you folks at Nico Grandina Doherty Primary School. Boys semifinal playoffs, and here's what happened. Freeport Gospel defeated Bishop Michael Elden 15-3. Walter Parker over Sunland 6-5. They will play the championship game tomorrow. Now the Grand Bahama Little League baseball play from the weekend and coach pitch play. This is the 7-8-year-olds. The Bahama Pirates defeated the Kelly's Flamingos 13-3. In the 9-10 minor league, you got Palmer's Lions defeating the Borco Buccaneers 14-13. As for the 11-12 major division, the BAC Tigers outscoring the Borco Buccaneers 14-2. And in the junior game, this was interleague play for you. Legacy Hurricanes shutting out the Sires Predators 8-0 was the score in that one. And I promise you tomorrow, those kids over there at the Grace Christian Academy will show the world what you guys did today on the track. But for now, they tell me that's the end of sports.